Welcome back to more Trails First Chapter. As mentioned in the previous episodes, I'm going to be speeding up the video here and doing post-commentary because pretty much the rest of the dungeon is just fighting enemies, grabbing loot, probably getting lost, nothing too interesting, so I thought I'd take this time to do a little recap of what's happened in the story so far. So, after we officially became junior bracers at the beginning of the game, Cassius got a letter that called him out of the country, who knows which country it is, and he dumped some of his old jobs on us before he left. So we took care of them, and then the mayor asked us to get a crystal from the nearby amalgam mines, which after we delivered it to him, it ended up getting stolen, which was kind of funny, but in the end, thankfully we got it back, and we also learned that the Sky Bandits were the ones who were behind that. So, the Sky Bandits actually struck again in Bose. They committed a string of burglaries in the town. And so after we went and actually spent a leisurely afternoon fishing down at Valeria Lake, because we got some information that they might be going back down there again, and they were actually. Kind of convenient how the very day we go down there is the night before they come back, so it's kind of funny. Anyways, we stowed away on their airship and ultimately captured them after we beat them senseless, which was kind of funny. And it turns out they were actually under some kind of mind control or something, because if you notice, Don's eyes were actually red, and then after we beat the crap out of him, his eyes were back to normal, and he didn't seem to know anything about what's going on. So, my best guess is some kind of mind control. I'm not quite sure if it's mentioned specifically in the game or not, but that's pretty much what I'll say about that. Then when we got back to Bose, we actually got a mysterious package that was addressed to Cassius. And inside there was this mysterious black orbit, and a note that was telling us to find a Professor R. It was then that we decided that we would continue our journey to go around the kingdom and become senior bracers, because there was a note from Cassius that told us we could do whatever we want, basically. And so we decided to do that. So next up we got to Rouen, which is where we met Chloe. At the time we thought she was only just an academy student, but turns out she's Princess Claudia, which is a pretty big deal. After we helped her out at the academy with a play, the orphanage where she helps out actually got attacked and burned to the ground. We later found out that the mayor was the one that was behind that. He wanted the orphanage's land to build vacation homes. Typical rich person greedy stuff, you know, the usual. He tried to escape, but we caught him and exposed him, I'm so glad we did that, because, you know, corrupt mayors, ugh. Then we got to Zeiss and met Tita, who happens to be the granddaughter of Professor Russell. It turns out that Professor Russell, in addition to being like the smartest guy in the entire kingdom or something, I think maybe that's not his exact title, but something like that. Anyway, it turns out he's the Professor R that was mentioned in the note we got back at Bose, so we asked for his help to figure out the function of the black orbit. Unfortunately, he got kidnapped while we were out enjoying the nearby hot springs, so we had to end up infiltrating the Lyston Fortress to go rescue him. And then finally, we got to Gransel and entered in a tournament to win us an invitation into the castle, so that we could deliver the professor's message. The professor actually had a message he wanted us to deliver to the queen. So we won the tournament and got in and delivered the message to her. And then we had to sneak into the castle after it got attacked and rescue the queen. And the queen actually realized that the whole reason for this attack was that so they could build an elevator down to this area, because apparently down here in this area there's something called the Aureole, which, who knows what that is. It's some kind of ancient artifact or something. But anyway, if Colonel Richard can get his hands on it and gets control of it, we're pretty much doomed. That's all I can say about that. So, I think that's pretty much it in a nutshell, so I think I'll go ahead and just return back to the music and voice commentary, so live commentary, so see you guys. Sealed area, bottom level. If this doesn't scream End of the Dungeon, final room, I don't know what will. Alright, so I believe there's a cutscene coming up right here up these stairs. Yes, there is. Big ominous opening! Yay! Hey, check it out. Something about this spot feels different from the other areas. I feel it. It's like some kind of massive energy flow. This is probably our last stop. Let's go over everything and make sure we're ready before we go inside. Indeed we shall, but first of all, I want to go around here and heal up real quick, so give me just one moment. Un momento, por favor. Alright, now as Joshua said, we're gonna get some things together. I'll do some equipping. Be right back. Alright, now before we go into what is inevitably the final battle, I'm just gonna go through our party members real quick, just kind of scroll through them and show off what equipment they have, what orbits they have. I should mention that I gave Chloe a Mine 3 gem because she only had a Mine 2 before, and I also replaced Olivia's Haze Quartz with EP2 since there's not going to be any more random encounters from now on. Haze gem is not going to be absolutely useless to us, so I thought I might as well give it something that might be a little bit more useful. But I don't think Estelle and Joshua had any changes. So, with that, we are level 39 with 39 hours playtime. Let's go! Charge! Quite literally charging, too. At least you're smart enough to see that, Colonel Dickhead. At the Queen's request, we're here to put a stop to your plan. It doesn't look like the Gospel's working yet. We may still have time if we act now. What's so funny? What is this Ariel thing in the first place? Why is it getting so? Why is getting it so important to you? Long ago, the ancients were granted the power of Septurians, heavenly treasures which could control the ground, sea, and sky. One of those treasures was the Aureole, the Shining Ring. If it's true that it really existed and was no mere myth, do you realize what it could mean for the country? Can you even begin to comprehend? For the country? You're talking about using these ancient weapons to intimidate other countries. That must be it. Precisely. As you are no doubt aware, liberalism is lacking in political power among our neighboring nations. We have only a fifth of Calwar's population, and we don't even have an eighth of Erebonia's military capacity. Our sole superior aspect is our technology, and that will not last. We need some form of real strength to avoid any chance of another invasion attempt. That doesn't mean we should count on some weirdo ancient weapon thingy. What about the outcome of the war 10 years ago? That happened because we had Cassius Bright with us. But he has left the military. The country's great champion is gone. And so, the only ones who may enact miracles are the goddess herself and the hero beloved by her. You're talking about you? That is why I established the Intelligence Division. It seems that information is our last bastion of protection against our enemies. But in order to make the Intelligence Division as effective as possible, I've searched all over Liberal to find some sort of decisive strength. Something that would invoke another miracle should disaster strike the nation again. And this is your miracle? Of course. Can you imagine any greater miracle than this? Well, we're bracers, so protecting what's important is our job. But that doesn't mean being so powerful that everyone else is coded into submission. The greatest miracle of all is when people band together and fight to protect what they love. Nonsense! My dad's just one man. He didn't beat the Imperial Army on his own. It took a lot of people working like crazy together to protect the country. And it's the work of all those people that brought the war to an end. Weren't you one of those people? We still feel the same, here and now. When we found out what you were planning, we didn't get it. But it's our will to help people that's led us here. Don't you think that's miracle enough? Even if it's not, we still believe there's a potential in anyone, heck, everyone. If another war should break out in the future, people will do the same thing. They'll work together and do what has to be done to make it through. I don't know much about this ancient power, but I do know that we can count on our fellow Liberalians. Well said, Estelle. Your outlook is admirable. I agree with you completely. You are strong indeed. Sadly, not everyone is like you. When face to face with an incredible power, it is a temptation that is simply too much to bear. And I have put far too much time and effort for all this. I see no reason to turn back now. Just answer me one question. How did you know about this place, Colonel? What? A forbidden power, dormant for untold centuries, unknown even to Her Majesty. To say nothing of the elevator right beneath the treasury that leads straight here. It seems extremely unlikely you'd have found out about this place just by using the resources of the Intelligence Division. Also, this gospel. A mysterious ornament, far more powerful than even the finest ever made in the Zeiss Central Factory. Where did you get it? I don't have to answer that. Wrong! You don't want to answer because you can't answer! What do you mean? You simply believe the REO would be here, and that if you used the black ornament you could control it. But you have no idea what or how you came to that belief, do you? Am I wrong? But that can't... You mean you lost your memory just like those other people? So what? It doesn't matter how I got here, just that I'm here now. And look around you. I found what I was looking for, didn't I? These ancient constructs should never been crafted with present-day techniques. So, I must continue down my chosen path. If you truly believe the path you've chosen, then try to stop me. Succeed or fail, one dream will be realized, while another crumbles to dust. Now, allow me to show you the artistry of what you studied under the Divine Blade. Bring it on! If this is how much must be, then will be given no quarter. Alright, Colonel Richard! He has 11,480 HP! Holy crap! Almost twice. Is it almost twice to what Lieutenant Lawrence had? Didn't he have 6,000? Yeah, almost twice what Lawrence had. Wow. Alright, there's 2 photon judges here. I'm not sure if we've actually run into those in the dungeon before, but off the top of my head I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think I'll open with a Black Fang from Joshua, since he's got the critical, so I think that would be a good idea. There we go, 2,500 damage right off the bat. Alright, so Photon Judges. I believe these guys can cancel your arts. Or maybe Colonel Richard can do that. If one of the two, or maybe both. I don't remember exactly. But I know something like that can happen. So what I'm going to do, I think I'll go ahead and try to get one of these Photon Judges down. Because the faster we get these guys down, the better. That way we can get Colonel Dickhead by himself, and he should be easier to take down. Okay, that guy didn't die, unfortunately, but he should go down soon enough. You know what? It's the Earth Wall. We can get 3 people in an Earth Wall, if I wanted to do that. Let's see, Chris. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. They're not weak to any elements, I'm pretty sure, no, and I'm pretty sure they're resistant to instant death. So I think what I'll resort to doing is I will use Blue Impact. I think that would be a good idea. Yeah, they can do AA Canceller, which cancels arts. So you gotta be careful of that. But Olivier should be able to get out an attack before he gets cancelled again. So, Blue Impact on that guy. Unfortunately, Colonel Richards looks like he's gonna be able to get that critical unless we can take it from him. Let's see, Chloe, can you? You cannot. But I have a plan. I am going to do that, and I'm going to take the critical for Olivier. So I think I can hit all 3 of them. Yes! Unload all our S-Crafts, because why not? Kaboom! There goes 1. I think. Yep. 1 Photon Judge down. 1 to go. I expected that to do a little bit more damage than it did, to be perfectly honest. I think we should do a heal real quick though, because we're getting a little bit low. So, Chloe, Latira, can we hit? Yeah, we can get all of us. Oh yeah. Except unless he knocks Olivier out of there, but that's okay. We can heal up Olivier soon. Alright, Joshua, probably want to do Flicker, probably, I would think. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And we get an AT delay, which would be really nice. And then Estelle, I think your best thing to do is to do a not a taunt, but a morale. That way, possibly we can up both Estelle and Joshua's strength, which would be really handy. Chloe's too, but Chloe isn't really going to be using her strength. So 114 damage. Wow. Colonel Richard, you know what? Looks like I'm going to be focusing on the photon judges first. And then, you know what? Chloe has the strength up, and we got the double strength up from the morale, so why don't you go and just attack? Not too bad, I guess. Could be better. And I think I'll have Joshua do a dual strike on that thing, and hopefully that will finish him off. Yeah! Alright, now just Colonel Dickhead himself. I was about to say, if you instantly kill her, I am going to be so mad. But no, you're fine. Chloe, you know what? I'll heal you with an item, actually. We've got plenty of items. So let's, well, not items that heal all that much, but we got a tier all bomb, so we'll use that. Tier all bomb.
We're good to go.
And then Olivier, down to just Colonel Dickhead himself, like I mentioned, so just go to town with Blue Impact. And then Estelle, you still have the strength buff, so just whack him in the face with your staff. Just do what you do best. Oh yeah, look at that. It's almost 800 damage. Joshua, dual strike. There's 800 right there from Joshua. Actually, I'm going to check and see, on Estelle's next turn, I'm actually going to have her use Blue Impact and see how much damage that will do compared to her regular attack. I think it was 300 damage. See if maybe even now her arts are more powerful. This guy is doing chump change for damage. So Estelle, see what you can do with Blue Impact. We do need to heal up Olivier. I think I'll do that. Maybe next Estelle's turn. Oh yeah, look at that. 700. Definitely more worth it to use that. Joshua, you can do this. And then Chloe, you can Blue Impact. And then Estelle will heal up Olivier. I just use an item, I suppose. Yeah, that'll do.
We're good to go.
Be gone.
Alright, Olivier. Finish him! Between you and Chloe, he should be down. I think. Oh yeah! Get down, Colonel Dickhead!
Well, that takes care of that.
Impressive. I'd expect no less from the children of Colonel Cassius. But it appears you are too late. I've only heard the stories. It's the light that shut down the mayor's artifact. That's the gospel, all right. Feels like something was released. And this is back on. Warning. First barrier on sealed Oriole device has been confirmed as no longer operative. Confirmed gospel has been activated. Device towers have been enabled. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good. What the hell's going on? That's what I want to know. The first barrier, the sealed Oriole device. What's this all about, Colonel? I don't know. I didn't expect... First barrier has collapsed. Ring is emitting very slight interference. Destruction of seal and Ring Guardians confirmed. All personnel should evacuate the sealed area immediately.